He never planned on being a hero. When Daniel Harper bought a plane ticket to Moscow in the spring of 2019, he thought about laughter, about eyes that smiled even through a screen, about a girl who wrote in English, with charming mistakes, sending him pictures of snow-covered streets and cafes with flickering lights. He did not think about prison cells. He did not think about trials. And he certainly did not think about minefields near Bakhmut. 4 years in the United States Marine Corps had taught him discipline, not heroics, not Rambo-level survival skills, just the habit of not panicking. He had guarded diplomatic buildings. He had stood in ceremonial formations. He had seen the President of the United States in person, briefly, standing just a few meters away, exchanging a formal handshake, a photo, a practice smile. After his service, he worked as a contractor in Afghanistan. Security, escort, routine. The world of danger was familiar, but it was predictable. What scared him most was not war, it was loneliness. So he downloaded Tinder. The party in Moscow was loud, too loud. People poured drinks. Laughter bounced off the walls. He remembered fragments. A glass in his hand, lights spinning, her hand brushing his shoulder. Then, darkness. He woke up on a wooden bench. His head throbbed, metallic taste in his mouth. Two men in uniform were speaking fast. Russian words he did not understand. One waved toward the door, as if to say, "You may go." He didn't know the language. He didn't know the district. No maps, no phone service. So he waited. This simple decision would change everything. An hour later, other men arrived, stern faces, no smiles, no haste. He felt the air change. Passport, phone. When they saw the photo in his gallery, Daniel in full Marine dress uniform, standing next to the president, they stopped. In that instant, he realized he had become not a defendant, but a bargaining chip. The accusation was absurd. Violence against two police officers. He did not remember any fight. The investigating officer in court avoided eye contact. His lawyer whispered, "This is politics. It's not about truth." When the prosecutor displayed the photo of Daniel with the president, the courtroom fell silent. The judge stared longer than necessary. That day, Daniel stopped being a tourist. He became a valuable asset. Sentence: 9 years in a Russian penal colony. The prison system does not destroy the body. It destroys time. He learned to count the steps in his cell, 7.5 from wall to wall. He lost weight, 20 kilograms in a year. COVID came. Fever, suffocating cough, the hospital with peeling walls. The worst part was not pain. The worst part was not knowing if anyone remembered him. Still, every morning he rose. Push-ups, self-talk in English to remember the sound of his own voice. You are not their resource. You are a human being. April 2022. They woke him in the night. No explanations. Handcuffs. Silence. He did not believe it until he set foot on American soil. 985 days. His mother cried. His father hugged him silently, afraid he would disappear again. The world had changed, and the full-scale war in Ukraine had begun. They asked him often, "Do you hate Russia?" He thought long. Hatred is a leash. He did not want to be tethered. But he knew one thing. Having seen the system from the inside, he understood what it would do next. When he saw footage of destroyed Ukrainian cities, something clicked. He knew this logic. He knew what it was to become a bargaining chip. And he decided he would no longer be a pawn. He would become a choice. The volunteer unit was made of veterans, Americans, Brits, Ukrainians. No one played heroes. There was no glory. There were trenches, drones, night sorties. Bakhmut, the city that breathed gunpowder. He did not seek death. He sought balance. Summer 2023. Their squad was returning from a reconnaissance mission. The first explosion was short, dull. His comrade fell. He ran to him. The second explosion, closer. The world shattered into sound and dust. He looked down. Blood soaked his uniform. His hands moved automatically. Tourniquet. Tighten. Tighter. "Do not pass out," he whispered. Gunfire. Screams. Someone pulled him by the vest. The sky above him, uncannily calm. He lost consciousness. He survived. Surgeries. Rehabilitation. Germany. Then Texas. Walking hurt, but living no longer did. They asked, "Do you regret it?" He looked out the window and answered honestly, "No, I chose not to be a hostage again." Today he helps families of Americans trapped in foreign prisons, guides them, advises them, shows them the system. He is not a superhero. He is not a symbol. He is proof. Proof that a human being can be thrown into a cell, can be used as a pawn in a geopolitical game, but cannot be forced to live by someone else's script. Sometimes at night, he wakes to a sound that exists only in memory. The dull explosion, gunfire echoing, screams he cannot forget. But now he knows. No one else decides his life. He chooses, and this is his true freedom. He walks through his home in Texas, quiet streets, the smell of coffee in the morning, his family around him. He feels the weight of what he survived, yet also the lightness of what he has reclaimed. Every day is a choice, to remember, to forgive, to act, to help others navigate a world that is often cruel and unpredictable. He speaks with families of those trapped abroad, telling them what he wishes someone had told him. Stay calm, document everything, know your rights, and never lose hope. He sometimes walks along the quiet streets at night. The memories follow him like shadows. The explosions, the shouting, the fear, all reminders of what he has endured. Yet for the first time, he feels a sense of control. No one dictates his choices anymore. He moves forward because he wants to, not because he is forced to. He helps those who cannot help themselves. He shares his experience, his knowledge, his time. He knows what it is to feel powerless, and he refuses to let others face it alone. Every sunrise is a reminder of freedom. Every conversation, a chance to make a difference. Every step outside, a victory over the past. Sometimes the past calls him back. The minefields, the prison walls, the darkness. But he answers with strength. He answers with choice. He answers with life. This is Daniel Harper, a man who was taken, used, tested, and nearly broken. A man who returned. A man who now chooses every moment, every action, every breath. A man who knows that true freedom is not given, it is claimed. And in the end, he walks forward, not as a hero in the movies, not as a symbol in the headlines, but as a human being who survived, who remembers, who chooses, and who lives. Sometimes that is enough.